please don't try me. ADHD too lively. Bet your man can't fuck like me. Heard the lane girls drink iced tea. Back my mask, please don't try me. ADHD too lively. Bet your man can't fuck like me. Heard the lane girls drink iced tea. What's your name? Shorty, tell me your IG. And the shotguns came straight from the packing. Lick a man's wrist, bro, don't try fight me. I'm a handsome you, I don't wear shasty. Hot like Kylie, bro.
I'm amazed by the density and the natural look of the hairline.
It suits you perfectly. The recovery has been excellent.
Okay, so let's talk about something that's a real and growing concern for a lot of people in France with Afro-textured hair: hair loss. If you're here, you're probably looking for a real solution. Well, we're going to break down everything you need to know about hair transplants, and more importantly, why so many people are finding answers outside of France. All right, let's just get right to it. The big question, right? Why is it so incredibly hard to find a top-notch Afro hair transplant in France? I mean, you'd think it would be easy, but, well, it's a lot more complicated than you might expect. So to really unpack all of this, here's how we're going to do it. First up, we'll look at the unique challenge of Afro hair itself. Then, why France is coming up short. We'll transplant, we have to understand the hair. It all comes down to the unique biology of 3C to 4C hair. So, what makes it so different? Well, this isn't a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. The key thing here is that the follicle, the part underneath your scalp, isn't straight. It's got this C-shaped curve. Now, trying to pull that out without damaging it, that's incredibly tricky and takes some serious specialized skill. But here's the cool part. Because of the natural volume and curl, you often don't need as many grafts to get that really full, dense look. Now, add another layer to that biological complexity. We've got something called traction alopecia, which is a huge factor for hair loss in the community. And really, all it is hair loss from long-term stress and pulling on the hair root, often from different hairstyles. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're talking about things like tight braids, cornrows, and dreadlocks. Then you add in chemical relaxers, heat styling. All of this puts a ton of stress on the hair root. Throw in genetics, the hair loss that runs in the family, and you can see why so many people are searching for a permanent fix. Okay, so we've established this is a unique type of hair with very specific needs. So what gives? Why is it so hard to get the right treatment right at home in France? Let's dig into the local hurdles. Honestly, it's like a perfect storm of problems. For starters, you just don't have a lot of specialists who have real hands-on experience with 3C, 4C hair. And because there are so few, you get these crazy long waiting times. Or worse, clinics just flat out refuse complex cases. And then you have the price tag. And yeah, the cost is a big one. We're talking about an average of 8,000 to 12,000 euros. And get this, that's usually just for the procedure. It doesn't cover your stay, your aftercare, any of that. So the final bill can be even higher. But this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. Because when you're faced with super high costs and not many options at home, what do? Well, thousands of people from France have found an incredible alternative. We're talking about Turkey, which has basically become the world's go-to spot for this procedure. Just look at this comparison. It really says it all. The cost difference is just massive. But it's not just the price. Look at the other columns. In Turkey, you're usually getting an all-inclusive package. And the most important part? The expertise is rated as high. That's a huge difference. And I really want to stress this. It's not just about saving money. In Turkey, you have entire medical teams who specialize in 3C, 4C hair. They do thousands of these procedures a year. You just can't beat that kind of experience. They've developed advanced techniques like a modified FUE method specifically for those tricky curved follicles. And what does that mean for you? A much, much higher graft survival rate.